Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Whale Island. In the last episode, a baby boom on the shores of our mermaids introduced a brand new bundle of genetics to our tribe. The most exciting of which is certainly the wings. Now we have our very first double-winged creature, which means that as soon as he's grown, as soon as he has an extra gem or two to spare, he should be able to officially take to the skies. I'm quite curious to see how far he'll be able to go. It looks like each of his wings gives him 4 tiles, so he should be able to fly 8 tiles away. Oh my goodness, you must be so grateful that he's just a baby right now, because that does mean that he is contained to the nest. I feel like a part of Inara must just be like shaking in her boots. She does have 1 wing, and I know she did travel with birds. Her family must have had quite a few wings after all if she was born with 1. But she's never flown herself, so she knows that's some experience that she can't really lend. She's going to have to let go eventually and let him test out those wings for himself. But I think it's going to be very hard for the new mother to do. Now it looks like Magnus may have picked up a leech. So why don't we have Rare come over here to pick that off of him? I mean, since he's helped you so very much in your lifetime, our little shark did find herself in quite the situation with the coconut trees. She is a little bit too curious for her own good, and something tells me that all these fish in the water are quite intriguing to her right now. It looks like this clown koi might actually be dead in the water. So if we bring Magnus down here to maybe scoop it up, then we won't have to worry that Bree will get too curious in the meantime and decide to leave her baby in favor of the food. Bree, after all, is just as important as Solaris, because she's our first creature with the antenna. So that means that she should be able to predict the weather for us, maybe tell us when it's going to rain. If we go into her skills tab, I think that's where we'll be able to find that skill. Yeah, so she predicts that in 3 days the weather is going to be sunny with 0 heat. So basically exactly like it is right now. It would definitely be more helpful if she could predict the rain for us. So we'll see if that changes after 3 days, once it turns over to day 46. Though I wonder if she'll only be able to predict sunny weather. Well, I guess we're going to find out. She strikes me as somebody who would be a bit more shy anyways. Maybe she wouldn't like to talk very much, so it might be difficult to get those visions out of her. Shortcake and Sugar, on the other hand, these two are growing to be the dream team. They honestly look like they could be 2 halves of the same creature, what with those wings on either side. In fact, I wonder if the Balance Sisters had anything to do with their birth. They don't have the claw and the nimble fingers like we usually associate them with, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had just a little hand in making Shortcake and Sugar for us. Maybe that's a way to combat all of our tricksters. I do consider the Balance Sisters and the Bandit Brothers to be like 2 opposing forces. So they must be getting tired of seeing the tricksters running amok up and down the shores, stealing every last one of those shells, of course, because they love to collect them too. But I think it might be time for Nebula to set up another nest, especially because the Dodomingos are currently taking over this one. Maybe if we move Pika up here to pick up some more of those acorns or shells. Nope, the Dodomingo is not interested. Okay, so let's scoot you next to the Dodomingo then. Oh, that was enough to intimidate him. It must have been your real scorpion tail. The Dodomingo knows that that is not to be messed with. Now, Quirk, we do have some more shells up this way that you could definitely scoop up, but we don't want you getting too close to Vankir and his troops. In fact, I was thinking that these creatures could go down the opposite shore and maybe make their way toward the other swampland, the one with the other swamp tree. Even though our tricksters aren't exactly suited to eating the poison berries, there are still plenty of coconut trees along the way, and I still feel like this would be a favorite of the Bandit brothers. Aside from the shells, of course, they would absolutely love to play tricks with these things. Barbas, on the other hand, is just happy to lazily scoop up his coconuts as he sings high atop his stump. Though so far we haven't had too much luck attracting new wanderers, aside from our little shark. And I'm feeling like Dasher is probably concerned that his hopes of a kingdom are just crumbling around him. He hasn't been able to sniff out any new blood in the grass, aside from Hockey, of course. And wait a second. Oh, you have a mole back here? Oh, I don't think that was there before. Okay, maybe Serena could actually help you out. If we bring her right here, then she can at least light up the tiles around the mole. Though it looks like she may have also unearthed a new nest. Oh, that's awfully lucky too. Okay, so we'll have to clear out this area to use as a nursery in the future, right by the berry bushes, the bunnies, the roots. I mean, it's a very, very good land to make a kingdom, but he just hasn't had any luck attracting new blood. He doesn't have the same knack for songs as the mermaids, it seems. So I wonder if he's trying to figure out a way to just strike a deal with Hockey. He really doesn't want to lose him to the mermaids too. He wants to see if he'll make a loyal hunter. And honestly, as long as there are plenty of moles out in this tall grass, I think Hockey will be more than happy to spend his days right by the savannah. Let's have Dasher try one more time to call out, though. Nope, still no wanderers. Oh, you poor thing. Well, at least our mermaids are still finding plenty of food. Ducky can scoop up these while Kuvon focuses on the ones in the back. We don't want him to get too close to Dasher's kingdom, because I do feel like Dasher would know that Kuvon is quite loyal to the mermaids, and he doesn't want anything to do with them. Oh my goodness, the Dodomingos are taking a swim in the ocean now? Okay, little guy, that's better than controlling our nests. But you be careful, okay? I know there are some of those piranha fish out in the water, and plenty of leeches too. So if you're not careful, then you're going to find yourself in quite the situation. Now Sirius is out here to hopefully defend this tribe from the sleeping sickness. Vankier had summoned the rains, just as a way to show that he accepted Akira as his next leader. Oh, wait a second. Akira has the sleeping sickness already? I don't remember bugs spawning there. That is very, very strange. Maybe it's one of those things that ticked over when I reloaded the game. This version is quite glitchy after all, so that wouldn't surprise me. But that does mean that poor Akira, unfortunately, won't be able to spend too much time picking berry bushes during his very first day as the leader of the harvest. Well, at least Vankier was able to defend his berry bushes from the bunnies, so they won't be sniffing around here for very much longer. One less bunny to worry about is always a good thing in Vankier's book, but I think we should be ready to skip the day, and that does mean that Vankier, unfortunately, is going to pass away. Return to the skies with the rest of our deities, our goddess of war and our bandit brothers. And it looks like we unlocked a new gene too. Oh, hang on a second, Akira. Which one did we manage to pull onto our babies this time? Ooh, I wonder if it was the normal blood clotting gene? We have had quite a few generations of babies now, so I guess I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, but look at this little baby down here. Oh, and they named him Vanu too. I wonder if perhaps that was because of Vankier's passing. I'm sure that Nebula would be able to sense it, because despite her alliance with the tricksters now, she really respected and admired her brother. He is quite the interesting little baby though. I love those red spots right against his black fur. Oh, it looks very, very menacing with the scorpion tail. And he's not even a trickster. He is a true scorpion-tailed baby, just like his mother. So that means he could actually feed his tribe quite well. He doesn't have to worry about getting poisoned, at least, if they do run into any of those toxic berry bushes. Now the next name on my list is actually Chaos. Very, very fitting of this family. So welcome to our tribe, little one. And I'm sure you're looking forward to adventuring around with our most mischievous bandits. Ooh, actually, you might not have very far to go. I didn't realize that Quirk unearthed one of these poison berry bushes. So we could have the baby literally just toddle right down the shore and scoop up some delicious lunch for his family. Pika is more concerned with the coconuts at this point. I wonder if we could try to knock some more down. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to end up hitting someone on the head. Now, Pika does have the most life on him. He is the youngest and the most nimble, so maybe he should be the one to give it a try. Oh, but wait a second. He only has 1 point left, so you're going to have to try it on the next turn, okay? We don't want to risk leaving you under there overnight. But we could bring Quirk around this way, just to see if there's any more waiting in the water for him. In fact, if he stays right here, he should be able to clean up the other side of the tree. Oh, I wonder if we should have him try to steal some of Barbas's coconuts. Oh, he is not going to be happy if he figures out what you're doing, but we could expect nothing less of our bandits. That leaves sweet little Nebula to just tend to her baby, pick up some of that grass for us, and say hello to our Dodomingo friend. I wonder if we should try to take a swipe at him. Just one cheeky little swipe. Because honestly, I feel like our bandits would not take too kindly to the other thieves of the island. Our bandit brothers previously only used permanent nests to have their babies, so the Dodomingos would be the biggest of pests. If they took over those nests instead, then they wouldn't have any place to start families. But it looks like the bunnies are coming right up to you, Marco. Well, that's a nice little treat to share with the oracles of the tribe. I don't think anyone over here can pick up the shells, but that doesn't mean that Rara wouldn't try. I do want them to potentially have another baby, so we'll have Magnus breed with her now. And then maybe Bree can toddle into the tall grass, hiding herself away so she can watch quietly from afar. I guess we could even take it a step further and say that maybe Bree doesn't know how to talk. Maybe there's some reason why she can't, more than her just being really, really shy. So maybe she would have to rely on communicating with those antennas of hers. Maybe little twitches and quivers. It would be difficult for our tribe to get the hang of at first, but getting to know Bree will be well worth it, what with her weather predicting powers. So why don't we see if these sisters could go looking for acorns? I guess that would be the most logical thing for them to hunt down. Oh, but we have some moles out here. Unfortunately, I don't think either of you are quite strong enough, so you might have to call Ducky into the area to scare the mole right away. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not a good way to impress the winged sisters of the tribe. They're not going to be too happy that you let their meal get away. I guess you'd be better focusing on your roots after all. Though to be honest, I feel like it might be a good idea for Kuvan to return home anyways. He is getting a little bit older now, so maybe you could help by guiding him through the tall grass, so he can make his way back home to meet his brand new little baby. The most adorable person-out creature I have ever seen. Little Zoe. I guess we could have her toddle onto the beaches, so she can gaze out at the coconuts as they fall from the palm trees. And then maybe Periwinkle could think about having another baby. She'll have to repair the nest on her next turn, so she won't be having the baby right now. But we can at least breed you two, as long as the fertility doesn't get in the way. Oh, and Solaris has his very first gem. Oh, I can already tell that he is just raring to go straight into the skies. But Anara is going to have to hold him down and feed him berries. You stay right here and finish your supper, little one. You have plenty more growing to do before she's ready to let you go after the bluebirds. Though it seems as if the bluebird is focusing on Dasha right now. Oh, you've attracted the wrong sort of attention with that peacock tail. Oh dear, this is not quite the tribe mate you were hoping for, is it? Unfortunately, no one else seems too interested in your calls, so this might be the bluebird family before long. One of these days, I am definitely going to try to breed a creature who looks like the bluebird, or as close as we possibly can get. The toxic body does have a blue variety, and if we have the double wings, maybe some dark-colored beak, and those piercing golden eyes, of course, I think we could get it quite close. But Serena has some little bunnies that she can go after. Hawkie might not be interested in bunny meat, but he can at least help lead her in the right direction as he searches for more and more of those moles. Excellent, thank you very much, Hawkie. I guess for now we'll just have him clear out a pathway. We do want to secure this area for our future babies, as long as we can find a suitable partner for Dasher. I don't want him to not have any babies, since he does have some very important genetics. He's our only creature with the peacock tail after all, and he does have the bird beak in his genetics too, so we have to keep those things alive. Oh, and it looks like we may have unlocked yet another gene. Something tells me this one is probably the big nose. Yeah, most likely it was the big nose, since we have been picking up so much grass lately. But that should be the end of our turn, so we'll go ahead and skip the day again and see if any danger is going to come out. I think I did hear a Bearyena. Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, all the way up here by the trees? Wait a second. I think it might be right behind our winged sisters. Oh, that is not good news for you. But luckily, your little brother has just grown his second gem, so that means that he can fly. Oh my gosh. Like literally across the island? He could go all the way up here with a Dasher right next to his throne? Are you serious? He can land on top of the trees too, which I definitely want to play around with, but maybe not while the bluebird is so close to our tribe. I am still a little bit concerned about that, but you can at least let out the alarm. Let the rest of the tribe know that we have danger in our midst, so your sisters will be okay. I guess we could have Sugar pick up a quick acorn, and then guide Shortcake out of harm's way. Though that being said, we might at least want to pick up the tall grass. That way we don't lose this guy. We'll have you scoot to the other side of the tree, then Shortcake of course can do the same. Never far behind her sister, but only once she has helped to guide some of our warriors to the Bearyena. I guess we could have Marco try to ambush the Bearyena. If we set him up inside the tall grass, maybe it won't notice him. We can try at least. And then with that big scorpion tail of his, he should be able to poison this predator for us. Assuming that he actually has the venomous ability, since he is one of our tricksters. Though he's been able to hide it quite well so far. Nobody really suspects little Marco the Manticore. Ducky might as well wait in the sidelines too. Since he does have those ram horns, he should be another creature who can do some good damage. So pick your berries for now for some good energy, and we'll scoot Sugar right out of harm's way. I'm sure that Magnus would rather stay to protect his family, especially as we have a brand new purr-snout baby in the nest. Oh my goodness. It looks like it actually worked this time. So his first son has the purr-snout just like he does, and the most gorgeous tabby stripes. Oh, he looks absolutely adorable. And I love those white antennas too, with an itty-bitty little button nose of the same color. The next name on my list is Dimitri. So welcome to our tribe, little one. I'm sure you will be just as grand of an oracle as your sister Bree. Though more than that, you're going to be an excellent healer too, just like your father Magnus. So we'll have him go ahead and clear out some of the grass, just so the warriors can get to him more easily. While Ryuga perhaps scoots on up here with his partner Marco, and purrs for just a little bit of good luck. I'm not sure that it'll really do too much to help him, but at least if he does get injured, he'll be able to heal his wounds in the future. And Bree, since somebody seems to have picked up your tall grass, let's have you scoot on over here and swipe up a few berries in the process. You can give those right to your little brother to hopefully get to know him better. And it looks like a rare may have found a brand new point of interest. Some little roots that she just can't seem to find. If it's not one thing, it's another with this curious little shark. The bandit brothers have already swept her shells away, so she has to make use of the other interesting morsels around the island. So now the question is, where can we send little Solaris to get some more help? I mean, I guess most of our strongest creatures are kind of right here anyways, but unfortunately Periwinkle isn't going to go charging into the grass with a new baby. So she's kind of out in the situation. We could have Solaris try to fly all the way over to Vankir's troops, since they do have the poison too, but it would take them far too long to make their way down the shore. And I mean, interestingly enough, Dasher is actually quite close to us, but I'm not sure if he'd be willing to lend a paw either. We could try to lure Hockey back to our side, since he didn't have too much luck with the moles out this way. Oh my gosh, it is Mole City out here. Well, never mind with that, I guess. Hockey is not going to leave this dreamland for anything. Can he actually get to any of these moles? It looks like this one might be close enough, but he's going to have to be careful. The mole is looking directly at him right now, but Hockey is a hunting expert. He can pick up these moles no sweat. So instead, I suppose Anara could send Solaris to find his father. It's a very short journey, one that she could honestly probably take herself, but it would be a good way for him to get used to his wings. And it also means that we can land him right on top of this coconut tree to see how that works too. Oh my goodness, that was adorable. He literally hopped right on top. Oh my gosh, Barbas must be so proud of his son. And a little bit confused too. Maybe a little bit bemused. It looks like he can shake the palm tree, probably to knock down more of these acorns, and he can call out to attract wild animals as well. Maybe that would be a good way to rally the troops. Just sing loud and proud, so everybody knows that there is a Bearyena in the tall grass. So Barbas, pick up the last of your acorns, or coconuts rather, and then scoot on over here to protect your children. He is getting very close to the end of his lifespan, so we'll have to make sure that he breeds with Anara just one last time, but then he is going to war with the Bearyenas. He might be a bit of a lazy king, but he would protect his family no matter what. Oh, Quirk! Oh my gosh, I thought that fish was dead. Even the clown koi are playing tricks on you now. Well, I guess this might be a good time for Pika to jump in and see if maybe he can shake some coconuts down. Oh no, they landed right on your head. It looks like these two spaces were the only ones that were safe. Oh, you poor thing. We're gonna have to see if maybe some of the purr-snout creatures can help you out, just to heal that tiny bit of damage from the coconuts. Luckily, Quirk is quite well acquainted with the purr-snouts, so I'm sure he can find a good healer for you. Now, why don't you try to hold Bluebird's attention for us? We don't need her noticing Solaris on the tree when he's all out of energy and can't fly away. I'm not 100% sure if she would attack him, but I can't imagine she's going to be too happy that we're taking over her turf now. That is definitely a reason for war if I ever saw one. At least Akira's feeling much better. It looks like you two can get back to work, picking up all of your poison berries along the way. Though it's a bit too quiet out here for my tastes, and I think Akira would probably feel the same. Oh, serious? You found a healing fruit? Well, I guess it's not so quiet out here after all then. This is a very, very good thing for you guys to have in your possession. It's attracting the bunnies too. I'm not sure if that's such a good sign for Vankir's troops, but at least it means that we have extra food to scoop up in the meantime. Now I think we're just down to Zoe, who must be quite intrigued by that creature high atop the tree. Oh, I bet she wishes she could get up there too. She is a cat after all, so I'm sure she loves to climb. And he's quite a grand and imposing figure up there anyway. So I think we'll have her sit right there, while her father Kuvan watches over their nest to see the arrival of their next baby. I do want to see where this Bearyena is going to go though. If it'll decide to go after any of our tribe mates. Hopefully not our weakest. Oh, you are chasing down the poor winged sisters, aren't you? Right into our nest too? So close to our babies, our newest little catfish. Oh my gosh, I don't think we've had a catfish yet. A creature with a mermaid tail and the purse snout too. I know we've had our fair share of tricksters, but this one seems to have a genuine mermaid tail. So congratulations, little guy. Kind of anyways, despite the fact that a Bearyena is looming down on your family. So the next name on my list is Shock. Welcome to our tribe, little one. And we'll see if you can somehow weasel your way out of this. I guess our only chance will be if we can overwhelm the Bearyena. He has 13 days remaining on his lifespan, and Barbas can hit him for at least 6 of those. So now he's down to 7. We'll bring Ducky out of the tall grass to do the same. At least he can land a few good hits in with those ram horns of his. And now with only 3 days left, I think our winged sisters should actually be able to get some revenge. We'll land a couple of hits with Sugar, but then I want Shortcake to swoop her way over here too and land a nice good final blow. Just on the day that you grow up as well. So with your final gem, you and your sister can call yourselves the Bearyena Slayers. I'm sure you know that you couldn't have done it all alone though. Not without the help of your family. And that's why the Balanced Sisters have you in their favor. So go ahead and breed with Barbas. Perhaps we'll have a celebratory baby in the nest. Protected by the thorns and the rocks this time. So hopefully we won't have any other big surprises. I think this just goes to show that we really need to work on our claws. We've been so wrapped up in the new genetics, the wings of course, the tails and the antennas, that we've really been slacking off on our strength. And it is certainly something that Anameme has noticed too, if that Bearyena Challenger is any indication. So is our bluebird still hovering directly over Dasher? That does seem to be the case. Though she's getting a little bit bored of all of his singing, and she's starting to meander back to her old home. So this might be a good time for you to hop off of that tree, but honestly I can't resist. First you're going to have to shake all of those coconuts down. Now if little Zoe wasn't in awe before, she is definitely in awe of your strength now. Let's have her try to crack one open. Oh, just to impress him too? Well, it looks like it may have worked. So now might be a good time for you to swoop down onto your father's throne. Oh my gosh, I love that flying animation. He looks absolutely adorable hopping from tree to tree. Well, I guess in the next episode, when he grows his 3rd and final gem, we should do a bit more exploring with him. He'll have more energy, so it'll be much easier to check out all of these other tribes. He can see how Dasher and Serena are doing up on the tallest peaks. He can see how Vankir's troops are faring too. And he can take back the news of the healing fruit that Sirius found. So it seems like there won't be any secrets for our mermaids. So Laris is going to make sure of that. The one last thing I wanted to check was Bree. Since we're on day 46 now, that does mean that she should have changed her prediction. Oh, now she says in 2 days, the weather is going to be rain. So is her brother seeing the same visions? Yeah, it appears so. Okay, so at least we know that's probably true. If both of our oracles are seeing the very same thing, then in 2 days we're going to have another grand harvest. And not a moment too soon, because it does seem like our berry bushes are running a little bit dry. And that's why I think Van Kier's troops would really love to have some oracles in their midst too. It seems like the perfect job for them. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!